okay? I have a video I'll show later on. I have 40 distinct metronomes, all oscillating at different rates. Within 4 minutes, they all synchronize. Okay? Your nervous system is no different. In fact, it happens faster. But people, when the physiologies are in entrainment, they want to move towards compromise. They want to move towards connection, which makes it very hard to lie. In fact, when they do lie, they will physically break the rapport connection between you. They literally have to change their posture to set up a defense to it.
So establishing the baseline isn't just about what you hear, it's more about establishing that physiology. That's why I was asking, what do we need to be doing?
You need to, again, you need to put the client or the subject in a state of ease, or at least normal. What's normal for that person? And you need to make sure that you know what is normal for that person, right? You know, if they normally stand slouched, right, then that's your baseline. You know, you say something potentially provocative and they step back, or they straighten up, or they put up something that distances them either physically or symbolically, then you have a deviation from the baseline. Does that make sense? When you look at the rapport continuum, again, where are their feet pointing? Do the feet, I should have a chair for this. Someone give me a chair. Thank you, Omar. One of the things you look at, I like feet. It's not a fetish thing. One of the feet will, sometimes they'll start to bounce, which we all know is nervous energy, right? Well, if nervous energy wasn't there a minute ago, right? If that starts to happen, okay, we've got some level of stress going on. Now we start to probe, why are they stressed? We start to ask questions that move us towards that. Maybe sometimes the feet will actually move behind the chair. You'll see this a lot. The feet will retreat, right? You'll see blocking gestures. Blocking gestures could be a cross, arm cross, right? And each of these can, by themselves, is one cue. But if I'm sitting here, I'm having a conversation with this young lady, and she asks me, "Didn't I see you with my daughter at the drive-in last night?" And I go, "No." Right? It jumps right out at you, right? Right? And I'm making them big, but trust me, when you're having this great, wonderful conversation, and everything's going fine, and all of a sudden that comes out of left field, now you can start to play a little bit. Does that make sense? We want to make these things big. We have to decide, do I really want to know the answer? Do I really want to know the answer? Right? So, feet, torso, arms and hands, face. That's the order that you want to start to look at cues, because we control our face better than any other part of our body. Okay? What you also want to pay attention to auditorily are what we call non-fluencies or paralanguage. Do they normally talk very eloquently, very smoothly? You ask a question, does their tone go up a little bit? Do they start to speed up or slow down when you're talking to them? Now, remember, if they're excited, they'll tend to go up too, right? So we have to always look in terms of what's going on in the environment.